Hi. Okay, I just did a video recently on social media about color mixing and how to mix a cohesive palette. And I get a lot of questions from you guys about color theory and sort of how to mix colors. And I thought maybe we would just expand on the video I did and experiment a little bit with this idea of starting with a base color for your palette and mixing that into each color in order to get a cohesive feeling palette. So feel free to paint along with this if you want to. I am gonna use my 24 color essential palette for this. If you don't have this exact palette and you start mixing colors kind of going along with the video, your colors are gonna look a little bit different because colors in palettes are different. They vary. There's some variation in all of them, depending on the brand. But mixing colors with your own palette is how you really learn color mixing. Because when you watch me do it with mine, if you don't have this exact one, you're not gonna get exactly the same results. So just something to think about if you wanna follow along. Don't get frustrated if your colors don't look exactly like mine. The first thing we wanna make sure that we do is wet our paints. So you want your paints to be really nice and wet because we're gonna make some good sized puddles of paint. I've got my practice book, cause this is practice. And my paints have been sprayed and they've been sitting there getting all ready to paint with. And then I'm gonna use a size 10 brush so that I can get a lot of paint onto my brush. I've had a lot of questions about making big puddles of paint since I did that video. And it's important to wet your paints first and then also to have a wet brush when you start this. Because we are gonna, let's just flip this around. We are gonna make some puddles here. Let's start with basic colors. And we're gonna do, this is gonna be kind of our control group, I guess, if you wanna call it that. So let's do, we'll do red. So we're just gonna make a little puddle of red here. And let's just swatch the red. So there's our red, and then I'm rinsing off my brush. And now let's do ultramarine blue. So we'll just swatch that out. And next I'm gonna grab some tree green. And now let's do purple. So now we've got our purple. Now, what happens if going back to the example from the video that I did, what happens if we add yellow ochre to all of these colors? So let's just put a little bit of yellow ochre in here. And you can see it sort of tones them down. It sort of makes them a little earthier, maybe. Purple and yellow ochre are complementary colors. And so anytime you mix complementary colors, you're gonna get a sort of toned down version. And if you have sort of equal parts of those, you're gonna get a brown or a gray. And that is definitely what has happened here. We've gone very brown. Now here's that green that we mixed up before. Here's our blue, our ultramarine blue. And this one was the red. So just like in the video that I did, adding yellow ochre has created sort of a nice fall looking palette. It kind of made our colors more natural looking. Like I said before, maybe a little earthier. You could see using this maybe in like a landscape painting, for example. So let's see now, I'm gonna clear out my palette And I'm gonna start with those same colors again. Ultramarine, green, and purple. Okay, so this time let's try blue to these colors. We're gonna add ultramarine into each of these. So we've turned our red purple. It's like a sort of plum color. Our ultramarine is just gonna stay ultramarine. And let's add ultramarine into our green. So I'm trying to make it sort of equal parts of both. And adding ultramarine into our purple. I think I got a little bit more ultramarine than purple in there, so I'm gonna add a little bit more purple back in. Okay, so this definitely gave us more like jewel tones. But you can see where this is a very cohesive looking palette. If you did, say, a floral with this kind of plum color and this lavender, and used this as your green for your leaves, maybe in a blue vase, I could see that working very well. Much better than this would have worked. So this is the theory behind using the sort of base color. And we're kind of doing it in reverse here because we're putting our control colors down first, so it looks slightly less like a base color. We can do it the opposite way this time if we want. Let's try fuchsia. What if we put fuchsia in here? Let's make a puddle of fuchsia in each one of our wells. So this is just kind of like the opposite way of doing it, where you put your base color down first. My one container of water is getting pretty dirty. Here we go. We'll start with fuchsia. So we've got fuchsia, and now let's add in our red to the first one. And let's do our ultramarine in the second one. And our green in the third one. And purple. Ooh, we have got quite the nice Valentine palette happening here. Let's try this. So here is fuchsia and red, and here's the fuchsia with ultramarine, fuchsia and the green, and fuchsia and the purple. All right, so yeah, so this has given us, I'm definitely seeing a very Valentine feeling color palette there. It's so interesting. It's so interesting to do this as an experiment and just sort of see how you can change the vibes. Change the vibes by changing the base color. Really interesting. Okay, so I should have been writing this down. Let's see. This was yellow ochre, ultramarine, fuchsia. I can never spell fuchsia. All right, we're gonna do another one. I would like to do every color. I think my friend Natasha does that when she swatches colors. I think she has a whole system for doing like every color combination. She is so meticulous about everything related to her watercolors, and I admire that about her so much. That is just, it's just not my personality type, I guess. Okay. What should we do next as our base color? Let's see. All right, just for fun, I want to try this reddish brown. I have no idea what this is gonna do. We're gonna start with our consistent color that's going into all of them. The reddish brown is going into all of them. And then we'll add in these colors. So red, ultramarine, this nice gray color. This might be a nice fall palette too. Oh. And the last one is purple. Give me just a touch more. There we go. Okay, so this was the purple. We've created another really nice fall palette here, which is not surprising because the reddish brown is a very good fall color. Just like the fuchsia, adding the fuchsia into the other colors gave us that Valentine palette because fuchsia is a Valentine color. This sort of gray color is nice. Brown gray. It's very similar to the purple and the yellow ochre, right? Which is interesting. And then we got this sort of brightened up version of our reddish brown. So that's a really nice fall palette. That's very nice. So this was reddish brown. It might be called burnt sienna. Reddish brown might be called burnt sienna in your palette. This was our control. Are we done or do we want to keep going? I kind of want to see a green. We didn't do a green. Okay, let's do a green. We're gonna have to make another row though, but that's fine. It's fine. Let's do lake green. Lake green has a lot of blue in it. So I'm kind of curious to see how we do with our lake green. So depending on the set that you have, this might also be called Viridian. Viridian has a lot of blue in it. Okay, so there's our lake green. And now we're gonna add in the red. So red and green are complements, right? But blue and red make purple. And this green has a lot of blue, in it. So red, we would expect the red to sort of darken up the green, and that is what happened. And there is it's a sort of bluish, greenish gray. Let's go ahead and do it here. I'm really messing with my mind because if I go down here, I should have turned the book this way. Okay, there's no going back. There's no going back at this point. I think I'm gonna go over to this page. No, that's gonna make it too hard for you guys to see it. Okay, we're gonna have to do this. Okay, first of all, I really like that color. This is the lake green mixed with red. That's a really nice color. Okay, now we're gonna do ultramarine in with our lake green. Oh, this is so pretty. Am I gonna be able to fit all 4 of these? Oh, I love this color. Okay, so ultramarine and lake green gives us this beautiful like teal color. And now our tree green mixed in with our lake green. I think I got a little bit too much tree. There's that one. Pretty. And purple. I think this is gonna give us some kind of blue, and it is. Gorgeous. Oh, I love this palette. I'm so glad that we didn't stop up here. I love this palette. That's my jam right there. That's it. Those are my colors. Okay, so this was with lake green. It's very annoying to me that I have them laid out this way. I don't like it. I don't like it. I do really like this palette though. I really like that palette. Okay, should we stop or should we keep going? Are you guys sick of this? You're not here to tell me. You're not here to tell me to stop. Oh boy. Okay, last one. Here's what I want to do. I want to do yellow. I think I got to go get fresh water. Hold, please. All right. I want to do yellow as the base. Let's just see what we can make with yellow as our base color. I feel like I don't know if I got all the blue greens out. My palette is a little bit stained, so oh well. Okay, there's our yellow. Now we gotta mix in our other colors. So we were gonna do red. So obviously, it's casting a light. So we're gonna get orange here, right? We're definitely getting orange. That makes sense. Red and yellow. It's a nice orange though. Okay, so for the next one, it's our ultramarine. So this is gonna give us a green. Nice green. Similar to the grass green in this set, I would say. And then we're going to our tree green. We're mixing that in. And this is giving us a, you know, that really like Easter green, Kelly green. And we've got this sort of brown green almost. It's not, maybe not green. It's more of like a brown color. Okay, so we have ended up with another kind of like, it does sort of give me those fall vibes for sure. Could use these in like a pumpkin patch. I could see that, definitely. I'm still really excited about this one. This one's fine. Nothing's gonna beat this one. So this one was yellow. Oh, too many U's on my W. It's fine. Okay, are we really done? Are we done? For sure. Okay, one more. I have to do one more because I really want to see Payne's gray. I'm curious if Payne's gray is just gonna overpower the whole thing. It might. I hope this is not like the most boring video ever. I don't know. This is fun for me. Okay, here's Payne's gray. Not that that's what's important. What's important is you, not me, but oh man. Okay, I'm sorry. Here we go. Hopefully it's not boring. Okay, so there's our Payne's gray. We've got red. Oh, I think we're gonna get a Halloween palette. I think we're gonna get like a moody palette, a goth palette, and I'm probably gonna love it. Okay, ultramarine, a stormy night palette maybe, And our green. Oh, maybe it's another fall. Maybe it's another fall palette. I don't know. And purple. Oh, yeah. Okay. I really like this one too. I like this one a lot. So this is a sort of, it could be fall. It could be a really fun Halloween palette. I could see that too. I like this one. I like this one very much. And this one was Payne's Gray. Okay, now I feel like I have to finish this row. Oh gosh, guys. Yeah. I really want to see it with Indigo. This is the last one. This is the last one. And I gotta go get fresh water. BRB. I am back. And this is the last one. I promise. This is the last one. All right, so we're gonna do Indigo as our base color. Somebody in the comments said it's called the mother color, which I mean, I haven't gone to art school. I don't know about that, but I like it. I like it. So we've got our Indigo here, and now let's add our colors. We're gonna do red in the top one. I feel like I need just a little bit more of that red. Yeah, so this is a purpley, very dark purpley blue-gray color, would you call that? And ultramarine mixed in is gonna give us another blue color. It's a bright, almost like cobalt blue color. Our green, this is gonna give us that sort of blue-green color. This is another ocean-y vibes color palette. I'm seeing like a shipwreck happening. And then again, I think I've overpowered the Indigo with too much purple. Here we go. It's not an exact science, guys. It's not an exact science. Yes. This is also a very appealing color palette to me. Obviously, I like blues. That is really nice. Yeah, I could definitely see a shipwreck painting happening with this palette. All right, I think that's it. We swatched a bunch of colors. This is a very fun exercise. I feel like I got really carried away with this. This is so fun. Like, making colors that automatically go together it's so easy and it feels so satisfying. And I love some of these color palettes. You'll be seeing more of these. They're not quite dry, so I'm going to carefully hold them like this. Okay, thank you for indulging me. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should make something with one of these palettes. Let me know your thoughts. Bye, guys.